About 20 minutes in, I said, I'm Muslim. And three of them at the table stood up. One of them said, get rid of her. And they walked out. As we were getting started, a group of people came in. There was 12 of them. And they had reserved the table right in the front. So I thought they were like my biggest fans. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. You know, they reserved the table. I'm gonna make them laugh so hard. And I went on stage and it was right away, the energy was different. And I knew something was wrong, but I'd never been in that situation before to really understand what was happening. About 20 minutes in, I said, I'm Muslim. And three of them at the table stood up. One of them said, get rid of her. And they walked out. And that was the first time in my career that somebody had actually, I knew people get upset when I say I'm Muslim, but they usually just detach. They usually just sit back in their chair and cross their arms. I never actually had people walk out on me. And so they walked out, and then the rest of their party walked out, and they caused this huge disturbance in the middle of the show. And it was the first time I cried on stage. And it was so embarrassing because I'm supposed to make you laugh. I'm not supposed to like break down into tears on stage. And after the show, it got even worse. Like they came and started yelling at me for ruining their night. That incident happened on a Saturday night. And then on Monday, I was supposed to go into the radio to do the show. And I got a call that says, you're not allowed to come back on the radio because the club owner has banned you from the club. And because the club owner has banned you from the club, we can't perform there anymore with you. So you really shouldn't be in our show anymore because you're hurting our image. They came back to me a couple of days later and they said, okay, here's what we can do. You can apologize to the 12 people who were offended by you being Muslim and to the club owner and make things right. And then you can be back on the show. And I was like, no, that's just not going to happen. Like, I'm not apologizing to anybody. Why should I apologize for being Muslim? It's like asking me to apologize for being female. It's who I am. It's half of what I talk about on the radio. Like, you're just going to take that away from me? Able to have that happen to you and then walk away and do better in life and create more. And I've got a podcast now that does even better than the radio show does. I mean, I have more listeners around the world than the radio show. And so I can't complain, right? I can't say it's like Allah has my back. Allah knows what he's doing. And this is the journey he wanted me to go on. When I look at incidences like the radio happening and the comedy clubs happening and stuff like that, it hurts. I do get angry about it, but then I've got to realize, like, I have to look to Allah, to look to God and think, okay, what are you trying to do to my career? Like, what is the bigger picture here? Where are we going with this? And I know that he's not going to lead me astray. Like, I feel like if I live a good life and like I do things by the book, I'm ethical and I have values, he's there to protect me. And so I don't know what could have happened if I'd stayed on the radio, but I can assume that he wanted me to step away from that for some reason.